Now, since we want to create a set for all the country and all the years, okay, with a certain criteria for infant mortality and healthcare expense per capita, since we want two dimensions to be the basis of selecting the observations in the set, and since calculated sets can be created with only one dimension at a time, so we have to now put the country and the year together and create a new dimension. So create calculated field, and we will call this country year. Okay. So now we have country. Okay. So country is a text field. Okay. It has a string. It's not a numeric field. In other words. Okay. So now you add a hyphen. Okay. And hyphen is also a non-numeric field, so that's fine. Okay. Now to add year is not a non-numeric field. Okay. So year is a date field, so that has to be converted into a text, and that's the reason why we need the function str, and the date, the year field, if you look at the values, if you go back and view the data, you will see that they are all like April 15, 2011, May 15, 2011, June 15, 2011. So it's an entire day. Okay, we want to pick out only the year part from that date field, and so we have to use not the calendar icon says that that's your field. This is the function, the one that's below it is a function that allows us to just strip only the date part from the year. So if you don't do either of these two, well, if you don't do this part, then the entire string will get attached. April 1, 1960, 2000, whatever. Okay. Now, if you don't do this part, you'll get an error because you are now trying to concatenate a text value and a date value, and that's not allowed. So now we're going to create a set. All right. So now you see these are at the level of country and year, which is what we want. The condition is we want infant mortality rate to be less than or equal to 0.01, 1%. Okay? And we'll call that, we'll give a name, we'll name it infant mortality less than 1%. Less than or equal to 1%. So that's the name, and the set gets added at the bottom here. Okay. Now let's create another set with the same dimension, country, year. Okay. And this condition is healthcare expense per capita. We want less than or equal to 1,000. So, well, let's name it. Let's name it. Health expense per capita less than or equal to $1,000. All right. So now we have two sets. One has all the observations with less than $1,000 healthcare expense, and then you have another one that has all the countries and year in which the country was less than 1%, less than or equal to 1% infant mortality. What we want to examine is those countries that have low healthcare cost and low infant mortality. So what we want to do is to merge these two sets and pick out those observations that are both in the first set and in the second set. Those are the countries and years in which we have low cost and low infant mortality. So what we need to do is to click here and then select create a combined set. Okay. So now we have infant mortality less than or equal to 1% and healthcare expense per capita less than $1,000, less than or equal to. But what we want here is this one. These are the observations where both, okay, the infant mortality is less than or equal to 1% and the cost is less than or equal to $1,000, and we will call this low infant mortality and low cost, or something like that. So now we have a computed set based on two dimensions, two different dimensions, okay? And then we have combined them into one single set. So this is a computed set, and now we can use this set in our visualizations. What this will do is it will create, so if you let's look at what quickly. Let's look at what it does. So you have infant mortality and healthcare expense. Okay. And let's bring in country and year here. Well, no. Let's bring in country. So here is the data set. Suppose if you bring in infant mortality into filter, okay, and change that to in or out. So the filter would either we can filter by membership or in or out. So if you click in or out, then you select in. So that's only the in. Now if you select that, then it will be both in and out. If you select that, that will be only the out, and this part is carved out. See?